All right. Good morning, everybody. We only have five people here today, so must be people must have had a rough night last night. So hopefully more people join. It's going to be a fairly quick advisory meeting because we're going to go over just kind of some nuts and bolts stuff, and then I'm going to specifically hold a few people back just to talk with them. So let me go ahead and start sharing my screen. I can talk this morning. Okay. All right. So for today, I've already uploaded the kind of PDF that the counseling office wants us to go through. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. All right. And then there's got to be a way to full screen this thing. And I'm just missing it. Okay. I guess we'll just actually, there we go. Sweet. Um, so for this week, they want us to focus on checking in. Whoa, that's not what I want to happen. Oh my goodness. I think I just want full screen, not slideshow. Sorry, everybody. All right, here we go. Counseling office wants us to do a check-in and just kind of talking with people to do like a self-reflection and seeing where they stand. Obviously, everybody knows that yesterday started Q2. So that is the halfway point between the semester one starting and ending. So it is not too late to step it up and turn things around right now. Obviously, you wait another few weeks or so, you wait till after Christmas break, then you kind of dug your own hole, and it is what it is at that point. So, but if your situation right now, if you have the grade that you don't really want, right? Like you got a C, a D, and F, and you want to step it up, it's not too late. You still got plenty of time to turn things around and start doing work, start asking questions, getting help, that kind of thing. So that's why they're really focusing on this right now. So let's take a look at what they want to talk about. So what is my success plan? So what organizational tools or strategies am I using? We've talked about this multiple times before. This is key. Even if it's something as simple as a Post-it note with your assignments that you have on your to-do list that week listed, and then as you do them, you cross them off or check them off. It doesn't have to be something crazy fancy. Don't think of like a system that you have to, be using every week. It could be something super simple like a scratch piece of paper. Strategies, what they're getting at there is like, are you starting with the class that you struggle with the most? Are you starting with the biggest assignments worth the most points and then working, throughout the week to finish up the other little things? So everything they've talked about before. So what adjustments have I made to be more successful? That's a great question. I think I don't remember where I heard this, but a long time ago, I remember hearing that every day, at the end of your day, you should kind of lie down in bed or sit down on the couch and self-reflect on all of your choices and everything you did that day. So not only just academically, but you can do this personally, like, personal choices that you made, things like that. But I think that strategy of self-reflecting and thinking about your choices, things that you said, things that you did, things that you didn't do, right? I think that's really important, especially in this environment. So if you sit down, say today gets away from you, you didn't show up to any of your classes, you didn't do any homework, right? You sit down at the end of the day and you think about it, like, is that what I want? Is that how I want to be perceived? Is that the type of student I want to be? Do I want to be like that, where I just skip class and not do any work? What stood in my way? Why did I skip class? Why did I not do any work, right? Was it the TV? Was it my phone? Was it my job? That's another thing right now that I think of a handful of students are thinking, just because you're at home doing online school, that just gives you free reign to work 40 hours a week and that's your excuse as to why you're failing, which your number one job right now is to do school, to be successful in school. Your number one job isn't to work full time and collect a paycheck. So I'm all about people working, right, at a job, earning money. That's awesome. But the number one priority in your life right now, well, I shouldn't say that. The priority in your life that should come above getting hours at work is school. You have to be successful at school first. And then what do I need to do moving forward, right? So if hanging out with a friend is just distracting you. I know a couple weeks ago, my oldest son had a buddy over and they kind of got to screwing around a little bit too much and, being silly on assignments and things like that. And that probably wasn't a great, choice to have friends over and do work. So maybe that's not good for you moving forward, right? Make sure you're doing whatever you need to do to set yourself up for success. All right, let's go to the next one. Ask yourself, am I giving my best effort? Could I be more organized? Do I have a support network or should I create one? Of course, right? You do need to ask yourself, am I giving it my best effort? Could I be more organized? Could I do things to set myself up for success, right? But do you have a support network? If you choose to have one, you will, right? Here's just a few options available to people. Of course, teachers, right? I mean, that's our job, is we're here to answer questions. We're here to support you. We're here to develop a plan to get you back on track, right? So I know it's kind of weird. I've heard it from a few students like, hey, I've got this teacher this year and I've never even met them, so it feels weird to email them. I get it, but you just got to suck it up and get past it. It is what it is, right? If you want to be successful in a class and you're failing it, you've just got to push past that awkwardness of not knowing somebody and just know that that's our job. We're here and we want to help you. We want to see all of our students succeed. So teachers is definitely somebody that should be supportive of you. Friends, right? Friends should be motivating you. Friends should be like, hey, don't sleep in, make it to class. Hey, let's do our homework together. Let's finish it together. Things like that. School counselor, your counselor, even though you think like, well, they're not with me in class, but what can they really do? Well, they can be an advocate for you. They can reach out to the teacher. I know some students have had experiences in the past where their relationship with their teacher is strained for whatever reason. And so a counselor has been able to step in to kind of advocate for the student and step up for them and make sure that they're being taken care of and everything's happening for them. So a counselor is a great resource. And then of course, supportive adults, parents, guardians, family, friends, everybody, in your life, they are there to help you and they want to see you succeed. So make sure you're leaning on these people. So what's going to happen for the rest of the period is this. I am going to exit out of my screen sharing. I'm going to let these people that are late in, and then I've got a handful of people that I need to talk to. So what I'm going to do, hopefully, I've never done this before, I'm going to send those people that I need to talk to into the waiting room. Like when you join my class, you sit in the waiting room. I'm going to send those handful of people into the waiting room, and then I'm going to dismiss the rest of the class. So just kind of hang out while I'm doing this. And then once I get everybody in the waiting room, I'll announce dismissal to everybody in the class. And then from that point forward, I'm going to pull one student into class and just kind of talk with them real quick and just check in with them and see how they're doing. Okay. So that's the idea for the rest of this time that we have together. Again, give me just a minute to figure out how to do this. Let me let everybody else in, and then I will recap exactly what we need to do. All right. So I think everybody's in here. everybody that's late should be in here now. So what we're going to do, of course, if you want to go back and see, good morning. If you want to go back and see what we talked about, I'll upload this video to Canvas here in just a little bit. But what we're going to do now for this remainder of the time is I'm going to send some people to the waiting room. So just hang out in the waiting room if I send you there. And then I'm going to dismiss the class. And then once I dismiss the class, I'm going to start pulling one student in at a time into class just to talk with them about their situation and how they're doing. Okay. So if I send you in the waiting room, just hang out there. If I don't send you in the waiting room, I'll dismiss you. All right. Let me see if I can figure out how to do this. All right. So that is it. I've got some people in the waiting room, so I'm going to go ahead and dismiss everybody, say goodbye, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.
Have a great week.
You too. Bye.